Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Daily D. Today's topic is influence and the next generation. So maybe you're not a parent, maybe you're a parent. Maybe like me, I'm not a parent, but maybe you're a parent. Or maybe you're an aunt and uncle. Maybe you're a grandpa, grandma. Maybe you're somebody who has influence over another person. And maybe, just maybe, you want more for the people that are growing up, the next generation. You know, I'm an uncle, and maybe you want more for them. And sometimes that more isn't what they want. You ever been there? Maybe one of your kids. I feel like my parents were like that with me, where they didn't think that maybe the things I was doing were the right things. You ever been there? And you know, one of the things I've learned is that no matter what you tell somebody, they won't listen, even adults. Now, yesterday I had the opportunity to meet a gentleman, well, a guy I knew, but I only knew him through a business relationship. Let's just say he was doing some work for my mom, and it was a roof, which was cool. You know, my mom needed a new roof, and we're working on the roof, and they were working on it. The guy's the owner of the company. New company, and he has his kids out there, and his kids are not working, they're supervising like dad. And yeah, dad's not working anymore, he's supervising. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. And so two sons are there watching as well, and we all start talking about different things. And I say, you know, what do you guys do? How do you sell? What do you get? Like, you know me, I'm trying to interrogate, learn about his business model. And you know, these kids, they're talking about, you know, they want to do good things. And kid told me he just got a new Mercedes. The other kid got a new truck. And they're talking about making money and being successful, investing in real estate. You know, they're sharing all this with me. And I'm like, well, that's cool. You know, how do you think you're going to get it? And they're just like, well, we don't really know that yet. And, you know, dad and mom or dad is trying to teach him as best he can what to do. And you know, what struck me very heavily right there and then is that dad has all the best intentions for these kids. Like, he wants them to be successful, he wants them to make money, he wants them to get the world. You know, that's what every parent wants. And so he's of course encouraging them to do the best things they can, and he's leading in some respects by example. You know, dad wants a new truck, they want a new truck. You know, dad wants to supervise, they want to supervise. And that's awesome, right? Because I know that I always wanted to be like my dad. So that's a cool inspiration, right? Now, what was really obvious to me, though, is that the dad, even though he's a great guy, great man, if he ever watches this, I'm not no disrespect, just trying to, he's still trying to figure out business. He's relatively new to the business world. And so, since he is, it's very difficult for somebody who has not a ton of experience to teach somebody how to do the right things. And, you know, I remember when I first got into business, I wanted to, you know, buy the new car. I wanted to, you know, go on vacation. I wanted to be the jefe, the boss, the patron. I wanted to be those things, right? And I actually tried the first few months. I was like, yeah, I'm the boss here. And I quickly realized that I wasn't really the boss. You know why? You know, everybody had to get paid before me. I couldn't afford to buy a new car because I got bills to pay. If I wanted to grow, I couldn't spend money. You know, I had to learn these things. And, you know, I didn't buy my first new car ever. I have a car. I had an old Nissan Sentra, and it was beat up. I mean, beat up. It had dings and dents. It was missing paint. And I called it the piñata. And if you know Spanish, that means a piñata, I don't know how to even explain it in English, but, you know, the thing you hang from the tree, you have birthday parties, you hit, so Mexicans do. And I called it a piñata because it was all beat up. And I didn't drive a new car, and the new car was in 2011, and I was in business since 2006. I drove that car, that piñata, for about 10 years, and it was beat up and ugly, and I'm telling you, it didn't do me very well. But I didn't buy a new car, and I bought a new Nissan Sentra because that's all I could afford. So anyways, what I learned here is that if dad wants to be the guy who leads them to victory, if you will, to take them to success, he has to become better at business. And he can only teach them what he knows. Sorry guys, I'm walking here and they're not coming after me, just to be clear. So, I hope not. So dad has to do these things. And what it taught me though, about what was going on when I was talking to these kids, is that dad wasn't going to be able to teach them and show them the way because he didn't know the way. And because of that, what's going to happen here is these kids are going to find their own way, and they may lead or follow dad, but dad may not be able to guide them the right way. And because of that, the influence that he's having on them may not be the right one. Now, that doesn't mean he has the wrong heart or he does have the wrong mentality or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's still doing what he needs to do. And you know what? This is what he knows, so you can't change that. But here's what it does tell me, is that if we want to leave a great influence for the next generation, then we need to get skilled. We got to get the education. We got to get the experience. We have to step up, because what we know is all we can teach. You can only give what you possess. You can't give any more. That which I possess, I can only give, right? And most of the time we don't teach by lesson. We teach through example, the way we live our lives. So if I live a flashy life, if I live a life of ease, if you will, my kids will want the same thing. Even if I told them, you got to work hard, son. They won't believe me, because all I did is do the opposite. You see, people don't care what you say, they care what you do. And it really was a eye-opener for me. Now, what I did after that is I kind of explained to these kids what it takes to be successful. And, you know, hard work, dedication, determination, self-investment. But dad is standing there listening to me, and I don't know if he's getting it or not. To be honest with you, I hope he did or he didn't. He'll figure it out eventually. But these kids are impressionable. And just remember that to influence the next generation, you're going to have to learn some things, because you have to be better for them. Your grandkids, your kids, your nieces, your nephews. If you want to show them how to be successful, lead through example. You don't need to tell them to be successful. You don't need to tell them to work hard. They need to see you working hard. They need to see you pumping hard. You don't need to tell them to save money. They need to see you saving money. And you know what? I don't care how much money you got. You got to work hard, no matter what. You got to work out. You got to work hard. You know, I don't tell anybody who works out to work out, just for an example. I don't ever push anybody to work out and eat healthy if I'm not going to do it. Right now I'm walking. I did a mile right now after my workout. Anyways, so here's the moral of the story. To have influence over others is more than just telling them what they should do, because people won't listen to you. They have to see it. And in order for you to give the right influence, the right guidance, the right mentorship to your kids, your children, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, whoever it is, your employees, your partners, you got to possess the skills. So that means you got to skill up. That means you got to get the experience. That means you need to step up and become the role model. Be a role model. Be a role model. I can't say that enough. Be a role model. Can't say that enough. It's time to inspire the next generation to step up. Because those kids, by the way, they had a good heart. They had a good mind. They had the drive, the determination, the desire. Now you got to channel that passion. You got to channel it by giving them the right guidance. And if you have somebody in your life that you'd like to inspire, to push, somebody you love and care about, then you need to do it for yourself first. All right, guys, I wish you health, wealth, success, and nothing but freedom. Have a great day.